going to be telling you guys the story about how I failed my permit test. And if you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Rebecca, and I'd love it if you could click the red subscribe button somewhere on the screen or down below to see more videos like this one. I really like doing story times, but I also make beauty videos and just stuff like that. But I think that's about it, so let's get started. So the first thing I did was take my driver's ed classes, of course, and I took them online. And I made an account on a driver's ed website, and I did it the first few days, you know, I read, and it's just a lot of reading, and then I just kind of forgot about it for a few months, and then once I saw December was coming up, I was like, oh crap, I need to finish this. I want to get my permit before I turn 16 because my birthday is December 26th, if you guys didn't know, and I'm going to be turning 16, so I really wanted to get my permit before I turned 16. So I went ahead and finished all the driver's ed courses and everything like that in one day. It was crazy. It took me months and months to actually finish it, but I finished it, and I took all the quizzes, and then after I finished the last quiz, I took the test, and I only missed one on the test, which was really good. And so then I made an appointment at the DMV a few weeks later because I just wanted to study, and the driver's ed people still had to send me my certificate that says that I passed the test at the end of all the courses and all the quizzes that I had to take, and that I was able to take my permit test, because you have to take that to the DMV. You also have to know your social security number, you need your birth certificate, and 2 things that prove you live here. So it's like proof of residence. So I made an appointment about a month after I got my certificate in the mail. So I made an appointment, and the day of the appointment, my mom picked me up early from school because the appointment was at 2:30, and school for me normally ends at 2:30. So she picked me up early, and I told her, wait, do you have the certificate? And she said no. So we went home real quick and tried to find it, and we couldn't find it anywhere. I was looking, she was looking, we looked everywhere, and we could not find it. I think someone might have thrown it away or something like that, but I'm just not sure. So I had to have the driver's ed place send me a new one, and that was $10. So I would recommend making sure you know where your certificate is before you even make an appointment with the DMV, and put it somewhere safe when you get it, because you don't want to lose it and pay another $10 on top of what you have already paid for the driver's ed classes. So then I had to wait a few more weeks, and I made another appointment, and this was the appointment where I took the permit test for the first time. So I studied the day of my permit test. I did a lot of tests, and I just wanted to cram everything into my brain, which I don't really think is a good idea, but that's what I decided to do. And I already knew everything from the driver's ed courses and stuff, so I just took a ton of practice tests online. And then at 2:30, I went and took my permit test. And I actually vlogged my whole day. So if you want to see that, then you can click the little eye up in the corner. The test is on a touchscreen computer, and what happens is there's a thumbprint scanner, and you put your thumb on there, and it scans your thumb, and then it knows who you are, and then it tells you all the rules and stuff, and then you click OK, and then you can either choose to take a practice test or not. And I did both times. I took my permit test, but you don't have to if you don't want to, and it's only one question, so it's really easy. So I took the practice test, and then I took the test, and there's only 3 answers that you can choose from. There's not 4, there's not 2, there's 3. So you have a higher chance of getting the right answer than if there was 4 answers that you could choose from. But I ended up failing my permit test, and I missed 9. And you are only allowed to miss 8 on the permit test in California. And it's out of 46 questions. So I missed 9, which really pissed me off, to be honest, because if I would have got one more right, then I would have had my permit. And in California, you're allowed to skip 3 questions on your permit test. And I skipped 3 questions on my permit test because I didn't know what the answers were. So when I finished doing all the questions, I got to the questions that I skipped because they just go to the end of your test. So I knew that I was almost done. And I had counted that I had 6 questions wrong already. So I needed to get at least one of these questions right in order to get my permit. And it doesn't tell you that on the computer screen. I just had to count on my fingers. But once I had finished all the questions, I got to the questions that I had skipped already. So I answered the first one and I got it wrong. And then I answered the second one and I got it wrong. And I was just hoping that I would get this last one right. And I clicked the answer and then I clicked OK. And it was wrong. And then it told me, you have failed, you can come back in 7 days to retake your permit test. So I went up to the lady and told her that I failed, and she knew that I failed because it tells her on her computer, so you can't lie or anything. And then she told me that I had to come back in 8 days. So I thought that was kind of weird because the computer told me 7 days, but she told me 8. And of course I had to listen to the lady, not the computer. So I took my permit test on November 16th. And 8 days from November 16th would be November 24th. And November 24th is Thanksgiving. So I couldn't take it on November 24th because they were closed. And I couldn't take it on November 25th because they were closed because of Black Friday. And they're not open on the weekend. And so I scheduled my next appointment for the next coming Wednesday because that's the day my mom has off from work, so she would be able to take me. So I studied more and I took more practice tests. And so on November 30th, I took my permit test for the second time. And my friend Aiden actually took his permit test that day as well at the same time as me, so that was pretty cool. I just got there a little bit later than he did, and so he finished his test before I finished mine. But if you guys want to see how my day went when I got my permit, then you can just click the little eye up in the corner because I vlogged that day as well. But he finished his test before I finished mine because he started his test before I started mine. So he finished and he passed, so shout out to you, Aiden, good job, you go. And then I was still taking mine. And so, like I said, you're only allowed to skip 3 questions. And going in to taking my permit test the second time, I told myself that I couldn't skip any questions except one that I knew the answer for sure to, because then I would know when my test was over and I would know if I passed or failed. But while I was taking the test, I decided not to do that and I skipped 2 questions that were the hardest for me. So I skipped those 2 questions and then I kept taking the test, and once I got to the questions that I had skipped, I already had missed 6 or 7 questions. I'm not sure. I think I missed 7. So I knew that I was almost done with the test and I had to get one of these questions right in order to pass because I had already missed 7. So I could only miss 1 more in order to pass. So I answered the first question that I had skipped and I got it right, and I was so excited because I knew that I had already passed because I was allowed to miss 1 more. So if I missed this next question, I would still pass. So I just clicked a random answer. I know that's kind of stupid, but I clicked it and it was wrong because I didn't really think about it. I just clicked a random answer and then pressed OK. And the computer said, you passed. So I went up to the lady and she said, congrats, you passed, and here's my permit right here. This is the back of it. And I was so excited that I passed. I couldn't believe it. And my mom said that if I pass my permit test, then I can drive home from the DMV. But there is a 2-lane highway going from the DMV to where I live, and it's about a 15 to 30 minute drive. And she was scared that something could happen because this was going to be my first time ever driving on the road. So she said that I couldn't drive on that 2-lane highway because she didn't want anything to happen. So after we got off that 2-lane highway, we pulled off to the side of the road, and I got in the driver's seat and I started driving. And if you guys want to see how I did, then you should totally go watch the vlog that I made that day because it was crazy. And I've driven a few times since then and I really like driving. I just need to get better at it. But yeah, that is how I failed my permit test. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing this story. And if you guys want to see more, then give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you guys didn't know, I do have a vlog channel. I did mention a few vlogs earlier in this video, but I'm doing Vlogmas again this year. Last year I did it on this channel, but this year I have a vlog channel, so I'm doing it on my vlog channel. And if you guys don't know what Vlogmas is, it's where I post a vlog every day of December leading up until Christmas. So if you guys would like to see any vlogs or Vlogmas vlogs or anything like that, you should totally go check out my vlog channel. But other than that, I think that's about it for this video. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!